So today we are going to discuss about the problems on residues and poles. We started residues and poles with isolated singular points. Basically, what do we mean by an isolated singular point? Okay, that may be, first of all, can any one of you tell me what do we mean by a singular point? Anyone?
The point at which the singularity loses, that the analyticity fails.
The point at which analyticity fails is called as singular point. Okay, good. Can any one of you recall the definition of an isolated point in real analysis? Isolated point. Just
A
tell me
point
the
which is not a
definition of.
limit point is known as
Yes,
isolated
tell me.
point.
Yes, which do not contain any of its limit points or do not contain limit points at all. Right? Okay. So here, basically a singular point is a point of a domain in which the function fails to be analytic, and in the deleted neighborhood. Okay, in the deleted neighborhood we are dealing. Deleted neighborhood means we just take a neighborhood which is of course a disk in which we remove a particular point, and then in the deleted neighborhood or punctured disk we look for some other points which are singular points. If no such point exists, then we call it as isolated singular point. Okay, if you are able to identify some point in which in every neighborhood of that point some other point of analyticity exists, then it is called as non-isolated singular point. Is that clear? Class, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in order to find a singular point, we just equate the denominator to 0 and find out the points. And from there, you can analyze whether it is a isolated singular point or a non-isolated singular point. And we have seen some examples based on these things. Okay, next comes the concept of residues. If you have a singular point for a particular function, then about that point you can expand that function in a Lorentz series expansion. Right? Once you write that in a Lorentz series expansion, the coefficient of 1 upon z minus z naught is called as the residue of the function at that point. Okay, when you expand a function in a Lorentz series, it is about some point. Okay, some point z naught. If you change the point, then the expansion also changes. Right? So you can give several series expansion for a particular function about several different points. Okay, when you give several expansions about several different points, of course you can collect several residues with respect to different points. Okay, remember that there is no unique representation. I mean, about a point there is unique representation. If you are talking about the Lorentz series expansion of f of z at z naught, okay, at a particular point the representation is unique. But when you change this point to some other point, then another representation comes. Okay, so with which we define residue at a particular point, and we have seen some examples to calculate the residues. Okay, and here comes the Cauchy residue theorem. This theorem, okay, can any one of you summarize the result in this theorem? Anyone, please? Just the statement. What is said in the statement? That is what I'm asking.
So we are considering a simple contour,
Okay.
which is in the positive sense.
Mm.
Given that the function is analytic inside and on the contour,
Good.
except for some finite number of points, there exists some singular point zk inside C.
Mm.
Then that integral value holds.
Okay, so the integral value can be found using the residues at the respective singular points. Okay, fine. Class, just tell me, if no point of singularity lies inside this contour, means then what happens? What is the value of the integral? No point of singularity is lying inside the contour. Then what is the integral value?
0.
0. That is by Cauchy-Gosar theorem and Cauchy's theorem. Right? So here also we have seen some examples. And this is a particular case, that is residue at infinity. Okay, here what is said? Anyone please? Very initially in the course of complex analysis, we have seen some result. If you have to find out the limit z approaches infinity to f of z, this is same as that of finding limit z approaches 0 to f of 1 upon z. Am I right?
Yes.
Sure. So we have this result. This is the ideology that we are incorporating in order to find out the residue at infinity. Okay. Sometimes your singular points may be a sequence of points. For example, if you consider sine z, okay, 1 upon sine z, this is your function. And if you are looking for the singular points of this function, that is given by z equals n pi. For n running from 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2, and it goes this way in both the positive and negative sense. Right? When you give n equals infinity, then what happens in z? When you give n equals infinity, then what happens in z? Class? Class, my question is, I have given you the z value here, right? So your z is nothing but a function of n here. I am asking what is limit n approaches infinity zn. What is the limit value?
Infinity.
Infinity. So that is what I am asking you people. Okay, when your n can run in both positive and negative sense, it can go till infinity. When your n approaches infinity, I am asking what is the value of z. That also goes to infinity, which means 0 can also be treated as a singular point for this function. Right? So when it is a point of singularity, then you can always find out the residue at that singular point. Okay, how do we calculate it? That is what is explained in this theorem. Okay, if you have to calculate the residue of a particular function at infinity, then you can do it just by calculating residue of this function at 0 and negate the value. So this gives you the ideology or formula to find out the residue at infinity. Right? Here we have seen an example as well. Okay, now let us work out few problems. Class, yes please. In order to find the residue, what should we do first? Hello. In order to find out the residue, what do we do first?
Find the singularity points.
Okay. So what are the singular points here? If
Sir,
you are simply
Z is
asked,
equal-
yes, tell me.
the singular point Z is equal to 0, Z is equal to -1, sir.
Good. Z plus Z squared is 0. This is what we equated to 0. So this is Z plus 1 plus Z equals 0. So this tells you either Z is 0 or Z is -1. Okay, here you have two singular points. Here in the question itself, they have asked us to find out the residue at Z equals 0. So we'll have to expand this in a Lorentz series about 0. Okay, how are we going to do it? So we'll have to expand this in the Lorentz series with Z equals 0. That is the point of singularity. When you have the center about which you will have to calculate it, you will have to find out a disk, and that disk is going to be valid in this region only. Do you guys remember? 1 upon Z minus Z naught, or what do we have? 1 plus Z. This is valid. This you can give some expansion provided absolute of Z is smaller than 1. Do you guys remember this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The same thing that we'll have to use here. Okay. Since this is a first problem, for all the problems, we are just going to find out the residue at 0. Okay. In order to achieve it, what should we do here? You will have to bring something in this form, either 1 plus Z or 1 minus Z. Whichever is possible, we can do. Here, which is possible? You can have some function multiplied with 1 plus 1 upon Z or 1 upon 1 minus Z. Whichever is possible, we can get it. Which is possible here?
Taking 1 by Z outside.
Okay. So once we take 1 upon Z outside, what remains inside the bracket?
1 by 1 plus Z.
Okay. Now do the expansion. So have this function as it is. And when you expand this, what are you going to get? Anyone, please? Gayatri.
Summation
Yes, current. Tell me. Summation.
n equals 0 to infinity minus 1 power n Z power n.
Z power n. So this may be written as 1 upon Z multiplied with 1 minus Z plus Z squared minus Z cube plus Z to the power 4 minus Z to the power 5 plus etc. Can I write like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once I write like this, I just multiply this 1 upon Z inside. So it becomes now tell me what is the residue at Z equals 0 to this function. Residue is the coefficient of 1 upon Z minus Z naught. Here Z naught is 0. So what is the residue value? Guys,
1.
now we, yes, it is 1.
Sir.
It is 1. Good. Okay. Now I don't want Karan, Ritika, Shruti. I don't want you people to talk. I'm just going to modify slightly in this problem itself, and whoever is asked, they'll have to give the answer. Okay. Shalini. Shalini.
Sir.
There is a small change in the problem. Instead of 1 upon z plus z squared, you have 42 upon z plus z squared. Then what is the residue value? Everyone replace your roll number there and work it out. Just think for it. Okay, let me make one more change as well. This is now your problem is your roll number. Let me take your roll number to be equal to R. Now the problem that I have given you is R upon 60 minus R z plus z squared. This is the problem that I have given you. Okay. In this case, what is going to be the residue value at z equals 0? This is my question. Everyone do work it out. Kaviyarsi.
Sir.
Okay. What
Sir,
is your
21.
problem? 20. Sorry?
Sir, soltumang sir answer.
Yes. So this is
21
Kaviyarsi's. Your problem is 21 upon.
divided by 39 z by z plus z square.
Okay. What is your residue value?
21 by 39.
21 upon 39. Okay. How did you get this? Okay.
Sir, other.
Okay.
Very-
Okay. Let me check with others as well, so that we can reveal the answer finally. Sanjita.
Sir, f of z is equal to
41 upon
41 by 19
19
z
z plus z
plus
square.
z square.
Okay, what is the residue value that you are
Residue
getting?
is 41 by 19.
Roll number 12, Divya.
Sir,
Yes. What is your problem?
sir, 1 minute, sir. Sir, 12 by 48, sir.
12 by. Okay, you are saying the residue value. First of all, tell me what is your problem?
Sir,
What is your problem?
sir, 12 by 48 z by z
48
square.
c plus c squared. Okay. So here, let me take the 60 minus r as s. So let me do it for general case. So s is it plus z squared. So this is what we have. So when we take z outside, we take s also outside. So this that becomes my f of z, that is r upon sz plus c squared is r upon sc 1 plus z upon s. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we shall have this as it is. And when we expand it, we are going to get 1 minus z upon s plus z squared upon s squared plus z cube upon s cube. Sorry, minus plus it goes this way. So when we multiply this inside and look for the residue value, we get r upon s. Okay, good. Now, let me make one more change in the function itself. R upon the same thing. Your R is your roll number, S is your 60 minus roll number. Okay, z squared plus z cube.
Residual என்ன சேஞ்ச் வராதுங்க சார், சீரீஸ்ல வேணா சேஞ்ச் வரும்.
Sure, just think and tell me. There may be change in the residue as well.
General case la வெளியில எழுதுறப்போ r by s z square னு எழுதுறோம்.
Okay. And then multiplied with 1 minus z upon s, z squared upon s squared, z cube upon s cube, plus etc. Okay. Then when we multiply things inside, so if you look for the coefficient of 1 upon z minus 0, what is the coefficient here? What is the value? So when we multiply things inside, this is what we get. Tell me what is the coefficient of 1 upon z?
R by S square.
It is simply r upon s square or minus r upon s square.
Minus r upon.
Minus
Minus r upon s square. Class, is that clear? Class, is that clear?
Yes,
The
sir.
ideology of how to find out residues. It is yes or no question. I just asked, is that clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We now move to the next function. F of z is z multiplied with cosine 1 upon z. How shall we calculate it? Do you know the expansion of cos z? Guys, I'm asking, do you know the expansion of cos z?
Yes, sir.
Just tell me, what is expansion of cos?
1 minus z square by 2 factorial plus z power 4 plus by 2 by 4 factorial minus z power 6 by 4 6 factorial, etc.
Plus etc. Here we'll have the 2 factorial thing. So from this, can you write down what is cos 1 upon z?
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me.
1 minus replacing z by 1 by z, sir. Square plus
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you will have to just multiply z with cosine 1 upon z. Okay. If you just see, you are going to get z minus 1 upon 2 factorial z plus 1 upon 4 factorial z cube minus 1 upon 6 factorial z to the power 5 plus etc. Now tell me, what is the residue value? What is the residue value? Sorry? It is
1 by 2.
Don't we have negative sign before it? Minus 1 upon 2. Is that clear, guys? You will have to look for the coefficient of 1 upon z minus at what point we are taking residue. So z minus 0. That is why we have simply 1 upon z. We will have to look for the coefficient of 1 upon z. And that is minus 1 upon 2. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am going to make a slight change in this problem, as I do always. Here, the function that I am giving all of you is z to the power r. R is your roll number. Okay. Cosine 1 upon z. Think clearly and answer.
அப்போ z minus z நோட்டே இருக்காது இல்லைங்க சார்? ஐ மீன் z minus 0 அந்த மாதிரி.
Actually, that z power r can be treated as z minus 0 whole to the power r. Just think, it can go. It doesn't stop here. Then you'll have, after this term, we'll have 1 upon 8 factorial z to the power 8 minus 1 upon 10 factorial z to the power 10. So you will have to be very clear with what term will have minus and what term will have plus. I am worried I don't have even roll number. This is a hint I am giving you guys. Now, initially, let me start with roll numbers. It's minimum value. Tanishq,
सर इवन नंबर है तो 1/z फॉर्म में नहीं होगा ना सर?
वो तो मैं पूछना चाहता था.
तो 0 होगा ना सर?
हाँ, देखते. दीपा,
சார்
இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸ்க்கு வந்ததுலயே வச்சுட்டு மினிமம் ரோல் நம்பர், மினிமம் ஈவன் ரோல் நம்பர் இருக்கிறாள் நீதான். So tell me, what is the residue value for your problem?
Six by 54.
I'm asking for the second problem, not for the first one. F of z equals z to the power r cosine 1 upon z.
சார் ஒரு நிமிஷம் சார்.
Let's move to the next least even number. Divya, roll number 10.
Sir.
Yes. What is your residue value, ma?
0.
You don't have to doubt. Just give your answers boldly.
Here denominator 1/z minus z not format illa sir.
Okay.
0 da sir.
So your answer is 0. Okay, let me see. Abhinaya. What is the answer for your problem when r is your roll number?
அதேதான் வரும் -1/2.
Okay, I just checked whether you are attending the class or not.
Okay, sir.
Next is Akash.
Sir.
Yes. What is the answer for your problem? Akshaya, be ready.
So 1/4.
1/4. Is it simply 4? Don't we have 4 factorial there?
Sir, 4 factorial, 1/4 factorial.
Okay. Akshaya?
Sir.
Your answer for your problem when r equals 5.
Sir, 0. Sir.
Sure? It is 0?
Sir, sir.
Guys, first of all, if you know the general format of cosine z, it is summation n runs from 0 to infinity. Okay, when we give n equals 1, what should we get? Just analyze the series and tell me what should we get when n equals 0. What is the first term in the series expansion? Guys,
One, sir.
Right? So with the help of 0, you will have to get your 1. Okay. So there are plenty of ways in which 1 can be got from 0. We can raise anything per 0 to get 1. Okay. 0 factorial is 1. Right? So in these ways, we can get 1 from 0. Okay. When we give n equals 1, what should we get? When n equals 1, what should we get? Just compare with your series. I have given you cosine z.
Sir, minus z square by 2 factorial.
So when n equals 1, we must get minus z squared upon 2 factorial. Okay, how to get 2 from 1?
n plus 1 factorial.
Okay, one way is n plus 1 factorial. Good. So we have 1. So from this one, we are trying to get 2 factorial, means it can be written as n plus 1 factorial. This is one way. Or can I
2
write it
times
as 2n factorial? Yeah. So this is also possible, right? So in the similar way, the numerator has some power that can also be substituted. Okay. Let us look when n equals 2. There we have z to the power 4 upon 4 factorial. Okay, among these two options, which works here?
2n factorial.
2n factorial, sir.
2n factorial. So we shall write this as z to the power 2n upon 2n factorial. Okay. Are we done, or did we miss anything else?
Sir, minus 1 power n.
Yeah. So we have missed that alternative positive negative. So if I give minus 1 to the power n, am I getting it right, or should I change this to n plus 1 or n minus 1? Is this fine, or should I change this to n plus 1 or n minus 1? Which means just give when n equals 0, whether you are getting plus 1 or minus 1. When n equals 1, whether you are getting plus 1 or minus 1. Just do that and compare.
Sir, n, sir.
N is working perfectly. So this is for cosine z. When we write this for cosine 1 upon z, this is summation n runs from 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power n upon 2n factorial multiplied with z to the power 2n. So this is what we have. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the problem that I gave you people is z to the power r multiplied with cosine 1 upon z. So what we have to do is that we'll have to multiply z to the power r with the summation n runs from 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power n upon 2n factorial multiplied with z to the power 2n. Since this z to the power r is independent of n, this can be taken inside. So when you brought this in, what you are going to get is that minus 1 to the power n upon 2n factorial z to the power 2n minus r. So this is what we are going to have. Am I right? Yes. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You wish to have 1 upon z term. When is it possible? When can your 1 upon z to the power 2n minus r be equal to 1 upon z? That is my question.
When r equals n plus 1.
Okay, z to the power 2n minus r. This has to be somehow equal to 1 upon z. When can it happen? When can this happen? This is my question.
R is equal to 2n, sir.
R is equals 2n or 2n minus 1?
2n minus 1, sir.
Just compare the powers. What you have is 2n minus r equals 1. This is what you have. Am I right? So when your 2n is r plus 1, this is going to get satisfied. Am I right? Guys, am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know now, as of now, you know that this 2n is some even number, right? So you have an even number and you are subtracting some number. Okay, you are subtracting some number from even number. Then if you have to get the resultant is 1, what kind of number that should be? You have an odd number, you have an even number, you are subtracting some number to get 1, which is an odd number. So the quantity that you subtract has to be what kind of quantity? Whether it should be odd or even.
Odd, sir.
So only when you subtract an odd quantity from an even quantity, you will have an odd quantity. 1 is an odd value, right? So only when you subtract some odd quantity, you will get that 1. Okay. For suitable choice of R, you will get 1. When you clearly know your R value is some even number, that clearly tells you will get 0. The difference between two even numbers can be either 0 or even number. Do you guys agree with me? Let me repeat the statement. When you make a difference of two even numbers, either you will get 0 or an even number. This is what I said. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is why it is very obvious that when your roll number is an even number, you will not get your residue value, which means your residue value is 0. Right? There is no 1 upon z term, which means your residue value is 0. Right? Okay. So based on this, now based on this only you are going to get. Okay. We were very here we have calculated that your 2n has to be r plus 1. Okay. So if you know your roll number, you just add 1 with this. Okay. You just add 1 with, if your roll number is an odd number, just add 1 with that. Okay. From that you can identify what n you have. What n will work for you. Okay. Initially, let me start with whom do I start? Tenkavi. Tenkavi. Tenkavi, let us do this computation together. Add 1 to your roll number. What do you get?
54.
Sorry?
54, sir.
54. Okay, that is your 2n value. Okay, then what is your n value? Your 2n value is 54. Tell me what is n value? Tenkavi. She has some signal issues, I guess. Okay, okay. I think you have some signal issues. Srivarshini. Srivarshini.
Sir.
What is your R value? Your R, which means your roll number, I'm asking.
49, sir. 49. Hello.
Okay. When you add 1 with it, what do we get?
50, sir.
50. That is 2n. Your 2n is 50. Then what can be your n value?
25.
25. So you have very well identified your n value is 25 with your roll number. Okay. Yes, so when you identified your n value is 25, then you can look for the corresponding coefficients, right? That is minus 1 to the power 25 upon 25 factorial. So it is minus 1 upon 25 factorial. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
This is your residue value. Guys, is that clear? Guys, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in general, if you want the residue of this function, in general, I can give you that. That is minus 1 to the power n upon 2n factorial, where your 2n is equal to r plus 1. You just write this. This is the general thing. So you know your r value, right? So put your r value into it and find out what is n value and give everything is required. Okay. So initially we put 25 factorial. It is not 25 factorial. It has to be 50 factorial. Is that clear? Guys, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me make use of the space to modify this problem. Even here, R is your roll number. Okay. Now every one of you will have a residue value. Whether your roll number is odd or even, that doesn't matter. Every one of you will have a residue value. Find it out. The ideologies are available in the slide itself. You can very well go through them. Let me now start with Abhinaya. Abhinaya,
So
what is your residue value?
one by 4 factorial, sir.
So your R value is equal to 1. Therefore, your
Yes, sir.
2R plus 1 is 3. Am I right? Okay. So in the same thing, you will have to do with 3. So your 2n is 3 plus 1, which is 4. Therefore, n is 2. So minus 1 to the power n upon 2n factorial. So which is minus 1 squared upon 4 factorial, which is 1 upon 4 factorial. This is what you got. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, Kanishk.
Sir,
जब तेरा R 17 है तो क्या तेरा रेसिड्यू?
2r
हाँ
2r plus 1 का वैल्यू 35
ओके
तो उसमें n का वैल्यू मिल जाएगा तो क्या -1 पावर डिवाइडेड बाई 2n फैक्टोरियल में कर सकते
what is your n value?
हैं। देख रहा हूँ 2r 2n is equal to r plus 1 sir.
2n is equals r plus 1. Here your r is actually 2r plus 1 plus 1. Am I right?
Yes sir.
So it is 36.
n is equal to 18.
N is equal to 18. So therefore your residue is
-1 power 18. 1 by 36. 36 factor.
okay. So 1 upon 36 factorial. Okay class, here can any one of you give the generalized result?
Sir,
So it is minus, yes.
-1 power r plus 1 by 2r plus 2 factorial.
Just put your r value into it and see whether you are getting it right or not. Okay, for tomorrow, now itself I'll give you some problems. These problems you can actually, the residues you will have to find out and come. Okay, as I did some modifications into it, I'll do some modifications in tomorrow's class and that will be discussed in the class, right? So your f of z is z minus sin c upon c. Note down these problems. So for these problems, you will have to come prepared tomorrow. In all these problems, you will have to find out the residue at z equals 0 only. Okay, you don't have to worry about the other points if you have, right? So that's it for today's class.